These three coins are about to absolutely explode in price. My name is Joel and I'm about to give you 3 coin picks that can change your life financially. But to be able to make life-changing money with these picks, you need to understand this first. This isn't clickbait. I'm going to give you the coin picks at the end of the video, but if you don't understand these points that I'm about to talk about, you're not going to be able to make any money in crypto. So make sure to like and subscribe, and let's get into the video. So step number 1, guys, is you want to go all in with crypto. Now, we all want that house, that fancy car, that family, but unfortunately a 9-to-5 job isn't going to be able to get you that anymore. 50 years ago, when you could afford a house with only 1 year's wage, that was possible. But unfortunately, with inflation and the current circumstances, working a 9-to-5 isn't going to get you the lifestyle that you want. So this bull run is going to print millionaires, but you need to be invested. You're not going to make life-changing money with just a few $100s invested. I've invested over $100,000 into crypto, and a 10x will get me over $1 million. So I'm projecting to reach somewhere between $2 to $5 million this bull run, and potentially more. Now, what you guys want to do is you want to increase your cash flow so that you have money to invest. Because if your portfolio is only worth $500, it's not going to be worth $5 million by the end of this bull run unless you get extremely lucky. But for most of us, unfortunately, that isn't going to happen. So guys, step number 2 is you want to delay gratification. So by sacrificing today, you can have a better tomorrow. Now, a bunch of my mates are actually going to Europe and they're spending about $20,000 on this holiday. Now, this is extremely dumb in my opinion, and I'm going to explain why. We have probably one of the biggest opportunities to create wealth that we've ever had in our lifetime, and opportunities like this don't come around very often. Now, typically we only have a crypto bull run every 4 years, but this may be our last big bull run, because when mass adoption happens, all of these ginormous gains that we're used to in crypto, these are going to disappear. And if you look typically at previous cycles, every single bull run, there's been diminishing returns. So there's been less money being made every cycle. Instead of spending that 20k on a trip to Europe, they could be investing that money right now into crypto and potentially turn that 20k into $200,000 to $400,000 in the next 6 to 12 months. And then they could go on their Europe trip a year later, having made almost 400k profit. So this is why I believe it's extremely dumb going and expending massive amounts of money right now when we have one of the biggest opportunities to create wealth. And at the end of the day, they've saved up their money so they can go and have a fun trip in Europe. That's cool. But once that trip's over, they got to go back to working a 9-to-5 job, probably a job that they hate. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to work a 9-to-5 for the rest of my life. Now, the thing is, right, Europe's not going anywhere. Europe's still going to be here a year from now, 2 years from now. But this opportunity, we may not get another opportunity like this again. Step number 3, guys, is understanding where we are in the cycle. Now, what I've done here is I've actually overlaid the Bitcoin price chart with your standard market cycle. Now, you can actually see that the Bitcoin price is following a typical market cycle almost exactly. And right now, we're in one of the final stages. We're about to get that final blow off top into price discovery. Now, this is where the majority of money is going to be made in crypto, where all of your altcoins can absolutely explode and millionaires are going to be printed. Now, typically Bitcoin's the first mover, which is what we've got, and then altcoins follow afterwards, which is where the majority of money is going to be made. Now, we still have time because we haven't yet had that blow off top. So if you don't have any exposure, you still have time to accumulate quality altcoins before we do get this final leg up in the market. Now, if you're new to crypto, this is going to be your best strategy to just buy and hold. Now, the majority of people, when they first get started in crypto, they lose money. Why? Because it's player versus player, right? So when you're buying a coin, you're selling it to someone who is buying that same coin at a higher price than you. That is how money is made, and that's why the early investors make the most money. Lucky for you guys, we're still early and the majority of people still aren't in crypto yet, which is why we still have such a big opportunity to make massive amounts of money. Now, markets are psychological. Most people lose money because they trade with their emotions and let their emotions dictate their actions. Now, this is why the famous investor Warren Buffett said, "Be greedy when others are fearful, and fearful when others are greedy." Now, what he means by this is typically it's the best time to buy when people are fearful in the market, because that asset is going to be trading at a discount. Whereas when the market's extremely greedy and everyone's euphoric from the price going up, typically that's when you want to take profits, because that asset's probably overvalued in price, and that's a good time to cash out. Now, what you don't want to do is you don't want to gamble on meme coins and use leverage trading. This is extremely risky, and most people lose money doing these methods unless you're someone who's experienced in the market like myself. Now, buying and holding blue chip projects in the top 100 is going to be your best bet to make life-changing gains this cycle. All right, step number 5, guys, is having a profit-taking strategy and sticking to it. So we want to make sure that if we're made heaps of money this bull run, that we're actually taking profits, because in the bear market, prices can retrace up to 70 to 90%. And the markets quite often will trick you into thinking it's going higher. The last bull run, we topped out at about 70K, but everyone expected Bitcoin to reach $100,000. And the same goes for the bear market as well. When we bottomed at around 15,000, everyone was calling for one leg lower for Bitcoin to reach 12K, and it never did. And that's why it's important to take profits, because the media and the banks, they're going to try to trick you into thinking that it's going higher so that you can be the exit liquidity guys, and you're left stuck holding the bag. So don't be greedy, take profits early, and what you want to do is you want to know the exact prices that you want to get out. And my strategy that I'm doing is I'm actually going to be dollar cost averaging out of my position. So I'm going to do this in 20% chunks. So I'm not going to cash out all at once, because I don't know exactly where the top is going to be. I have a rough range, and when we enter that range is when I'm going to start to scale out all of my positions. Now, what you can do as well is you can keep a 5 to 10% moon bag, just in case prices do go higher than anybody's expecting. Now, taking a look at the chart for Bitcoin, I do just want to point out that on the stock RSI, we've actually bottomed and we have just flipped. Now, the last time we actually got down to levels this low was back here in September of 2023, before we got this massive run up in price. Now, with it flipping once again, I'm expecting this to put in our last big run up for the market. Now, taking a look at our Elliott wave count, guys, we can actually see a very clear wave 1, 2, 3, and we've just had our wave 4 correction, and we're about to see that final wave of a bull market, which I'm actually expecting to put us somewhere within that 150k range. So this is my take profit zone. So when we finally enter into that zone, this is where I'm going to be scaling out my positions this bull run, because I don't want to get left caught holding the bag. We only see a bull run every 4 years. I don't want to have to go through another bear market, guys, where we see prices fall between 70 and 90%. So this is why I am going to be taking profit in this zone, and I have prepared this in advance so that I know when we do get up to this area, I'll be prepared to get out of the market. Now, guys, I know you have been waiting for it, so here are my 3 picks to get rich this bull run. So pick number 1, we've got Blockasset. Blockasset is a sports betting casino built on Solana with only a market cap of $16 million. This coin is a low cap gem. And this project has recently signed a 3-year deal with the UFC, which is absolutely massive. Now, this partnership includes branding in the octagon, as well as branding being worn by the fighters, which is going to bring massive exposure to this project. Now, we're witnessing an exponential rise in sports betting and gambling across the globe, with an analyst projecting the industry to reach $200 billion within a few years. Now, Stake.com reported $2.6 billion in revenue last year, illustrating the sector's growth. Now, Rollbit is a sports betting casino built on Ethereum. It's one of the fastest growing Web3 casinos, reaching a market cap of 800 million earlier this year. Now, Blockasset is for Rollbit of Solana. However, its focus is more on the sports betting sector as opposed to the casino, which Rollbit is focused on. Now, crypto and gambling, they go hand in hand, making it easy for many crypto degens to transition from investing in meme coins to using the Blockasset gambling platform. Now, at current market prices, if we compare the market cap of Blockasset to Rollbit, you would be looking at a 6x return if it was to reach Rollbit's current price. Now, if we were to compare that to Rollbit's all-time high, you would be looking at a 23x. Now, personally, I'm projecting a lot higher for this coin. I think that Rollbit could do a 50 to 100x potentially this cycle. Now, guys, coin number 2, we've got Bittensor Tau. Now, this is probably the leading AI project in the space right now, priced at $333 with a market cap of 2.3 billion. Now, Bittensor Tau is an AI model that allows other AI models to communicate with each other. These models end up learning and growing together in a massive decentralized framework. So Bittensor Tau is often referred to as the Bitcoin of AI, and that's because it has a max supply of 21 million and a halving similar to Bitcoin. Now, this project recently had a hack on their network where a wallet was drained of $8 million. Now, since that exploit, the team has addressed and fixed this issue. Now, typically, the best time to buy is when there's fear in the market. And there's never going to be more fear than when we see something like a hack occur. And this is why the project has been trading at such a heavy discount right now, which is why I believe it's such a good opportunity to pick up Bittensor at these prices. Because even though the hack occurred, the fundamentals for this project have not changed. I'm still extremely bullish on this coin for the long term. Now, guys, coin number 3, we've got XRP. Now, if you've watched this channel for a while, you probably know this is one of my favorite coin picks. And that's because XRP is a bridge currency that's focused on cross-border payments and is solving real-world problems and has massive utility. Now, it's priced at 60 cents right now with a market cap of 33 billion. So this is the highest cap coin on the list, but I do believe that it is going to be one of the best performers within the top 25 cryptos. And one of the reasons for this is because of the SEC lawsuit, where the SEC sued Ripple, claiming it to be an unregistered security. Now, because of this lawsuit, its price was actually suppressed in the last bull run, and you can actually see here that we never made a new all-time high in the 2020-2021 cycle because of this lawsuit. Now, this lawsuit has pretty much been finished. There's only the final legal tiny details left to be settled. Now, it's actually rumored that this lawsuit is about to wrap up very soon. So I believe that when this lawsuit is finally finished, this is going to open the door for institutions and banks to get involved with XRP and start using it for its utility that it was designed to do. And I believe that it's going to make up a lot of those gains that they actually missed out on in the last cycle because of the suppression. Think of it like a spring. XRP was held back massively in the last cycle, and when this lawsuit is finally finished, XRP is going to explode in price to the upside and make up for all of those gains that it missed out on. Because you have to understand, these institutions like certainty. They don't like uncertainty, and this lawsuit has been like a black cloud that's been hovering over XRP. And with this lawsuit finally behind them, this is going to open the door for institutions to finally get involved. Now, guys, those were my 3 coin picks to get rich in crypto. If you liked that video, make sure to like and subscribe. Go follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And if you'd like some one-on-one coaching or to purchase my top 10 picks for 2024, message me and I'll be able to get that one to you. But besides that, I'll see you guys next time.